Anybody that's, please come closer. It's a lot harder to deliver a message when people are spread so far apart. I want to thank everybody in attendance for coming here today. And this is hard. This is a hard thing to speak about. I had everything mapped out what I was going to say, right? I had this whole speech, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper. And on my way here, I take the piece of paper and I throw it in the air. Because what I thought yesterday doesn't matter today, because it's what I think now. And as I process and fully process, in the middle of me throwing away that piece of paper and coming here to talk to you today, I heard a story. And the story that I heard was from a coworker. And that coworker has a friend. And that friend was a father. And that father had a son whose father was murdered on his birthday in Buffalo. Now think about that for a second. How do you celebrate your birthday every year knowing your father was brutally massacred on live stream internet? How do you do that? And how can you live that way? But let's not pretend that this isn't new, right? This isn't new. We've seen this before. This is a flashback, but it continues to happen. And as a black man in Chemung County, as a black man in Elmira, I identify with those people that were brutally murdered in Buffalo, because it could be me. It could be my daughter who was right there. It could be her. It could have been her birthday. And what does that mean for her if that's her birthday? Like, listen, this could have easily been Elmira. We have to think about that. To get from there to here, you almost have to come through here. This could happen here. So our response to this, we have to say something. As a community, we have to say something. We can't stay silent on things like this. It's way too important. And I'm not just talking about black people that feel something. Every culture feels something. 10 people were murdered. 13 people were shot. They were going to get groceries. Do you think they knew? And I think about things like, what was the last conversation that they had with their family before they went to the store and got murdered for looking like me? Is that a reason? There's logic in this somehow? It's honestly so painful. I couldn't even find words to process what was going on in my mind. And now my kids asking me questions. What's wrong with being black? Why did they just kill black people? And how do you answer that? As a parent, how do you answer that question? Because there is nothing wrong with looking like me. There is nothing wrong with her asking that question. But what we do from now and from here defines the future. So we have to take this point in time, reflect on it, and look into our own community and say, how do we prevent this from happening here? Because we can't have this here. And my heart goes out to all of those families who lost a loved one in Buffalo. I can't cry any more tears than I already have, but I'm sure if there are tears left to cry, I will shed them. But I want everybody here in attendance and everybody here in this area, in this region, in Chemung County, to understand this could be us and it could be our community. And we have to stand up and we have to say something. I am here to say something. We are not pawns in a literal video game that you can live stream. We are parents, we are fathers, we are mothers, we are grandparents, we are grandmothers, grandfathers, we are children. Our children. And I feel how a lot of you feel. And every time you think that you're healed from the past pain that was happening not so long ago, there's another pain happening that you have to deal with and you have to absorb and you have to swallow. And how long are we going to have to swallow the same thing? So I'm asking all of you in this moment, can we please just take a moment of silence for everybody that lost a loved one in the city of Buffalo, and our hearts go out to all of you. God bless you all.